Hi, so today we are here at Redbrick and I'm really excited that we are doing a new series on the sofa here. So I want to introduce you to Andy, who is the showroom manager for Made. Welcome to the sofa.
Thank you.
So Andy, what is the trend for 2020? What can you see coming through? Anything exciting, anything new?
Plenty. There's absolutely plenty. I mean, there's some retro sort of style revivals from the 70s and 80s. There's a sort of an industrial theme running through that as well. So it's kind of, there are probably two main ones. Colour-wise, blue's coming back,
Yes.
and also sort of pink. Pink's always kind of been around there, but we do an amazing sort of slightly blush colour, which is not so pink, but it's perfect to sort of match and marry with other colours. So
yeah, it's kind of like your nudie pinks.
Yeah, it's sort of just slightly off, which is, it gives it a really good balance.
Yeah, well, I've jumped straight in and I've asked what's the trends. But first, for anybody that's maybe not heard of Made or has not shopped at Made, what is Made?
Predominantly, our kind of tagline is innovative design, but at sort of affordable prices. So we utilise a bank of up to 175 designers. We have 5 core designers, but the reason why we do that is to keep prices quite reasonable. We don't have vast warehouses full of product. We like to keep things very current, almost sort of like in a fashionable sense of it. So it enables customers to come in and get something completely different one season to the next, rather than just relying on sort of the core staples that we already do. Also, it enables us to introduce products like we have a pet range at the moment, which has proved enormously successful. So again, the way the company works is it just allows product to just keep coming and keeping fresh. And you know, in the age, obviously we started off as an online business, but now we have a huge benefit of at Redbrick having well, at Redbrick we have the biggest Made showroom in the whole of the UK. So
and it's huge, isn't it?
It just gives that sort of extra element to really driving it home and giving that customer service.
Yeah, so customers that you see coming into the showroom, is it kind of like a specific age range or a specific type of customer? No,
we get everyone and anyone, and I think that the wonderful thing with working here as well is that everyone that we get in is very susceptible to want a conversation. Because I think when they're coming in, it's they need a second opinion, or you know, they just want affirmation of their choice. So it's a perfect place to
so
go.
kind of like design guidance.
Because again, the website offers this, but for me, there's nothing quite like the way I prefer to shop. I do like to speak to someone, and you know, you just need that sort of comfort, particularly when you're not necessarily confident about what you're getting, because again, all the details there online, but there's nothing quite like coming in and you know, and seeing it in real life. Yeah,
absolutely, because I think as well, when you're choosing things for your home, it's all about the feel, isn't it? So you've got to kind of like see something and think, wow, like that's so beautiful, I want to see that every day. Like,
and it's good about creating a happy place. And I think this is the thing these days. I think whichever room you're looking at in your house, you know, majority of us work every day, we come home and it's about relaxing. It's about people becoming a lot more specific about their own identity, and I think that's the great thing about buying furniture and buying accessories and things like that, because you know, you can create your own identity, and we offer it. I mean, in the showroom we do over 500 items, which again, it's the biggest compliment that any of the showrooms have in the UK that we stock here. So again, there's plenty of inspiration in here.
Absolutely. And I just love the point that you just made as well, like everybody is kind of expressing their own identity in their homes and being free to do that, and I think like the power of social media is giving people the confidence to do that, which is amazing.
Absolutely. And I think there is a correlation between sort of what you wear and you know, and your furniture and everything. And I think again, in the privacy of your own home, you can be a little bit more expressive. I think when you're walking around and necessarily expressing yourself with what you wear, it's slightly different because you're more in that public domain. When you're designing and when you're picking something that's really personal and special to you, which is in your home, it throws up a completely different, you know, feeling.
Absolutely. And I think it's just all about the feeling, isn't it? Because we get so many questions on social media and with our customers and things like that, saying, you know, can we have some advice? And my biggest point is always go with the feeling. If you like something, it will work because you love it.
Your gut feeling should always override your head, I like to think. And I think, again, we utilise lots of bloggers as a company, but I think there's one really amazing sort of part again of the website. It offers a lot of Instagram pics. So again, you can select any sofa or any piece of furniture here, and you can actually see it in situ in someone else's home.
Oh, okay.
So again, you can actually see
it's like
a completely different. Yeah, because again, it's a different light. It's a different light online. It's a different light and feeling in the showroom, but also it's a different light in someone's home. So.
Yeah. Do you sometimes get customers coming in with like Instagram pictures or like mood boards and coming in and saying, I want to create this look? Or...
sometimes. I think it's a case of, because we have such a broad spectrum of clients, because I think people come in because they might be a little bit nervous almost at trying to select something. So they can come in, and we do get people who've got a very specific idea of what they want. But as I said on the onset, it's kind of a lot of them come in and take something away that they didn't realise that they wanted.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
That's where we come into it. We sort of open the horizon and the opportunity for them.
Absolutely. So earlier on you said colours like the blues are going to be strong this year, which we've seen everywhere. Can you kind of predict what colours do you think are going to be coming through next year? Can you kind of see?
No. It's always a tricky thing, because again, it's like fashion. I think it's a case of there's a lot of similarities between the two. And for me, when I pick a colour, I don't necessarily see what's on trend. I see what I like and what I love.
What is your favourite colour, by the way?
Mine, what I decorate my home in, or my personal?
Just personal favourite in general.
I'm the worst person. I'm black. I'm the worst person. So I like sort of darker tones. So wearing clothes-wise, I wear black. But again, that sort of does cascade into home a little bit. So I have a son as well, so I can't paint his room quite dark tones. So again, it's quite nice, because almost he becomes a client. So you're looking, you ask him what he likes, and then decorating his room accordingly. So and I think this is why I enjoy working with clients and customers so much, because again, you can step into their world a little bit. And it just makes that service and that. Yeah,
absolutely. So if there was one tip you could give anybody that's looking to invest in some new furniture for their home, what would the one tip be?
Always look for a focal point. I mean, it's very difficult, because again, especially if you're buying a new home and you have to furnish it all, it's incredibly daunting, because you don't know where to start. I think, as I said in the answer, I think the one thing for us, I think the most popular item for us has always been the sofa. And I think it's a case of, with the sofa, it's pretty much you spend, when you're at home, you spend the majority of your time on it. Obviously apart from bed, but again, it's a social hub as a sofa, and I think if you focus on a sofa as being that core item, then you can start building everything around it.
Because
again, particularly if it's a larger sofa like the one that we sat on, that colour is incredibly dominant in a room. I think you can get very much bogged down with seeing things that you love, like little pretty little things that you can start with, but then what happens is then it kind of overrides the most important bit, and it's very, very personal. But that would be my top tip: is always look, 'cause it's the biggest investment. Always look for the biggest item, and then work away from it.
That's a really good tip, because with the sofa as well, I always tend to look for the shape first before the colour. But then I suppose if you was shopping for a sofa, it might be the colour that stands out, and then you're like, that is perfect. So either way, but the biggest kind of item in the room. So thank you, Andy, for answering all our questions and for all your tips as well.
It's a pleasure.
It's been lovely.
It has. Thank you. Pleasure.